Republican vice presidential nominee and Indiana Governor Mike Pence joins us now. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning.
Listening to that, do you understand that if these accusations are true, and based on what Donald Trump said on the bus, is very, very offensive to women?
Well, let me say, first, as a father of two daughters and as a public person, we take these kind of allegations very seriously. But Donald Trump made it very clear yesterday. He has categorically denied these allegations and these kind of unsubstantiated claims being given so much focus in the media. At the time, we have hard evidence flowing out of the Clinton Foundation, the Clinton years. We had evidence this week, in fact, that while she was Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton and her aides actually gave preferential treatment to friends of the Clintons.
We would like to ask all those questions.
Reconstruction contracts in Haiti.
We would like to ask all those questions of her, but
very little attention, and these unsubstantiated claims are dominating the news.
But we have Donald Trump running mate here this morning. The second question: have you tried to find out from him in conversation whether any of this is true?
Donald Trump has assured
the public. But have you talked to him directly about this?
Absolutely.
And
he's told me that.
And you believe him? Do you believe him?
Donald Trump has asserted that all of these recent unsubstantiated allegations are categorically false, and I do believe him.
You believe him?
I do believe
that they're not true.
Look,
that these women are liars.
Yeah, the Donald Trump that I've come to know, that my family has come to know and spent a considerable amount of time with, is someone who has a long record of not only loving his family, lifting his family up, but employing and promoting women in positions of authority in his company. I speak to them all the time, and people that know him know this to be true. But look, the point is, and when I joined this race, Charlie, honestly, I left a job that I love, the state that I love, to be able to step up as a candidate for vice president, because I think this country's in a lot of trouble.
Okay, but you also brought to this job...
America's facing new and unknowable threats at home and abroad, a struggling economy. And as I traveled around the country, quite honestly, in Pennsylvania yesterday, the 19,000 people that were campaigning with Donald Trump last night, they're focused on the issues at their kitchen table: safety, security, law and order, getting this economy moving again.
As well they should. But also character is an important issue. Is there a point in which you say, my values, there is a red line, and we have passed this, and I cannot stay on this ticket? Well, is there a red line for you?
Charlie, we're in this campaign, and we're in it to win this for the American people. I mean, but you speak about the issue of character. It really is extraordinary that in the wake of revelations, and last weekend Donald Trump made it clear he apologized for what he said 11 years ago. He showed humility. He showed heart. He focused that national presidential debate back on the issues that really affect the American people at home and abroad. And yet, to be honest with you, with all due respect, as this avalanche of emails continues to emerge, Hillary Clinton advocating open borders when she was giving a speech in Brazil, advocating socialized medicine when she gave a speech in Canada. But I have to tell you, this Haitian issue to me is the biggest one. $10 billion in aid contracts. And now we see, despite her statements to the contrary, that while she was Secretary of State, the friends of the Clintons were given preferential treatment for contracts for the reconstruction of Haiti after an earthquake. That's kind of...
Governor, I want to let my colleagues have a chance here.
I
want my colleagues to have a chance. Clearly, these are important issues, and we'd like to raise them with her and her running mate. But we have you here this morning.
Let me ask you this. Do you still believe that the language that Donald Trump used in that tape that was released was locker room talk? Do you still believe that's true?
Well, I expressed myself on that video this last weekend, and I urged Donald Trump to apologize, which he did. He not only on Friday night, but on Sunday night, he went before the American people, and he said he was embarrassed of what he said 11 years ago. But
he continued to say it was just locker room talk. So let me get you...
He made it very clear that it was just talk. And when these latest unsubstantiated allegations came forward, he's categorically denied them.
Let me get you to respond then to the First Lady. She said this wasn't just locker room banter. This was a powerful individual speaking openly and freely about sexually predatory behavior. At the very least, does that make you uncomfortable?
Well, I have a lot of respect for the First Lady and the job that she's done for the American people over the last 7.5 years, but I don't understand the basis of her claim. And Donald Trump...
You don't believe his language was sexually predatory?
Well, no, I already spoke about my concerns about the language he used in that 11-year-old video. But what he's made it clear is that was talk, regrettable talk on his part, but that there were no actions, and that he's categorically denied these latest unsubstantiated allegations. And frankly, I think even before the day is out, there'll be more evidence publicly that shows and calls into question these latest allegations. It is interesting that the same reporters who wrote a similar story 6 months ago for the New York Times have wrote this story, and that story was completely discredited.
What evidence is coming out?
Well, just stay tuned. I know that there's more information that's going to be coming out that'll back his claim that this is all categorically false. But
will he be
the
suing the
thing-
paper? Will he be suing the reporters?
Well, I think Melania Trump has already made it clear that she's put People magazine on notice that the claims from 12 years ago are potentially actionable in a court of law. So I'll leave that to all of them. But the thing is that this campaign, what Donald Trump said yesterday, what I said in Pennsylvania yesterday, and I'll say it again in Florida today, we're simply not going to allow the slander and lies emerging from the Clinton political machine and being propagated in the media to distract attention from the real issues affecting the American people, which are the rise of radical Islamic terrorism in the world, literally the wider Middle East spinning apart in the wake of Hillary Clinton's failed foreign policy as Secretary of State, and an economy in Pennsylvania, where I was yesterday, that is truly struggling. Families are hurting, and all Hillary Clinton's offering is the same.
Governor, we have limited.
policies
Yeah,
of the
Governor, we
recent
have we have limited time, and I know you want to talk about the issue. So let me ask you about Russia in particular.
Right.
Do you believe that they are trying to influence this election through state-sponsored cyber attacks?
Well, there's more and more evidence of that, and there needs to be.
Will you condemn Russia for doing that?
I've already condemned Russia for any potential involvement or compromise of the cybersecurity of this country, whatever their motivations are. But candidly, the involvement of any foreign government in American politics should be troubling to the American people. I also think that's why the fact that the Clinton Foundation accepted tens of millions of dollars from foreign governments while Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State ought to be being talked about in this campaign.
Governor, it was also in Pennsylvania where Donald Trump once again invoked the notion that this election may be rigged. He said that the election may be stolen from us. He asked people to watch other communities,
right,
and said that everybody knows what I'm talking about. So what exactly, when he invokes a very dangerous claim, is he talking about?
Well, I think the one person, one vote principle is at the very core of our American democracy. And we talk about and hear about this a lot on the campaign trail. I think what he said is what I've said many times, and that voter fraud has been a problem in jurisdictions around the country. We're currently involved in a pretty vigorous investigation in the state of Indiana over potential voter fraud. It is in the interest of everyone on every side of the political spectrum to defend the one person, one vote principle. And the way people can do that, because elections are managed at the state level, is to become involved as a poll watcher, as a poll volunteer. And we consistently encourage people to do that. And I would say that to all your viewers, Republican or Democrat, if you want to protect and ensure the integrity of the vote, go get involved in your precinct at local level and provide that kind of accountability.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you all.
Thank you for being here.
CBS News coverage of the third and last presidential debate begins Wednesday at 9 p.m., 8 Central, right here on CBS.